What's up YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson back once again here on a rainy Thursday, but thank you so much for tuning in. Today is the day, guys. Even though we got rain in my area here in central North Carolina, today is the day I'm going to go ahead and spray my Prodiamine pre-emergent into my lawn and let this natural rain just go ahead and wash it hopefully into the soil and it not rest upon the top of the blade. So thank you so much for tuning in for this video. For those that have been waiting on me to do this, I'm doing it today. I'm going to show you the actions that I take to get my backpack sprayer, which is here behind me, my flow zone. We're going to get that thing loaded up, and we probably won't show because it's raining and I want to get inside as soon as possible. We're not going to show me going back and forth spraying it. I think you guys know how to equally apply Prodiamine. We don't want to leave gaps. We want to just spray it onto the surface of our lawn, including maybe areas of mulch or rocks or areas you don't want weeds to come up. So that is the purpose of the application today. And as we've talked about repetitively on past videos, to get this into your mind, and you know, there's some people that get frustrated with my yapping. There's some people that get frustrated with how many times you go talk about pre-emergent, but you never know who's going to get to one of the videos, let alone some of you are here watching all of these pre-emergent videos, and I appreciate you so much. And we're going to move to different topics soon. But sometimes there's people just now waking up and they're like, oh yeah, pre-emergent, I said I was going to do that. Oh, thank you for reminding. Let's jump right into it, because again, I got to get inside and I want to get inside. So the first thing we're going to do is you want to put water in your backpack sprayer. And I know I'm going through some basic things here, but I've put my battery in. You definitely want to make sure, you may need to go right now while you're watching this video and make sure that you did not leave your backpack battery in your backpack sprayer. You may need to go get that out of your garage or shed and charge that bad boy, because you want to have it full charge for what we're going to do today. So I've double checked mine, hit the battery indicator, it says we're good. So thankfully we've got full battery. Being that it's light rain, not too bad. I would say if you're expecting heavy rain in your area, obviously you don't want to spray this and then it all get washed out into a lake, into a river, into a creek somewhere, or be pooled up somewhere. So light rain, okay, I think it's going to get watered in, and that's what we're hoping to what we're going to do today. Worst case scenario, if there's somebody says that's a terrible idea, well, worst case scenario, we're going to do another application when temps are around 65, and more than likely I will do that one when it's dry outside and water it in with my sprinkler heads. So not a big deal if this one is not as effective, but I think doing it in light rain is perfectly fine, and I would actually recommend it, because it's going to actually get into the soil and not dry on our grass blades. So we've got our backpack sprayer, we've got it now, we've got battery life is full. Now we've went ahead, and I went ahead over the winter. We don't like to keep water in our backpack sprayer because it'll freeze, right, over winter. So we're trying to come out of winter into spring. I filled it up about 3/4 of the way. And so now we're ready to put in the product, is we're going to actually get our Prodiamine. You guys have heard me talk about it over and over and over, and this is my little bottle. I actually have another huge bottle in my shed that's probably needs to be thrown away, but here is my Prodiamine 65 WG, and that is 65% Prodiamine in here. It's in a granular yellow form here. When you buy this, look, I haven't even taken the seal, or maybe the seal's stuck on here, I can't remember. Yeah, I think the seal's just stuck on here. That is, you can see the little teeny yellow pellets that looks like, you know, little pellets, the yellow pellets, a bright yellow color. We're going to go ahead, and maybe I haven't opened this one. Maybe I was using the big bottle the previous years, but that's fine. I can always hand this off to other people. We're going to take our Prodiamine, and now you need to have a measuring cup. So you want to make sure that you have a scale, you have your Prodiamine, and you have your measuring cup. Now this is going to be if you spray it. Obviously if you're doing granular, totally different concept. I'm not getting into that today. As I said in the previous video, I would look on AI. Hey, how much, that's to me more challenging. Like, how do I put down the granular type, like to put down the right pounds per thousand? That's a little different mindset, and I'm not going there to mess up my mindset today. So granular is a totally different thing. We may touch on that, or there may be another channel for you that's actually doing it granular that can help you better than myself. But when we're talking about spraying, we've got our little GCI measuring cup. I've put this in the description forever. If you don't have a little measuring cup, I'm sure you can grab a cheaper one on Amazon. I just like supporting GCI Turf and being affiliated with them. I pay for everything just like you guys. So I've got my little 4-ounce GCI cup here, and I've got my scale that I've shown you guys for I bought this the first year I ever did pre-emergent, probably 5 or 6 years ago. I don't even know if it's still on Amazon. It's old, it's dusty, it's nasty, but it's a Ozeri scale. And so all you do is set your cup on top, you're going to turn it on, you're going to hit tare, which is going to make it 0, and then the number that we're looking for is, you guys should know it because I said it 1,000 times last video on purpose so that it would drill it in your brain. We are doing 1.183 ounces per 1,000 square feet. So we can measure this many ways. You can do 0.183 ounces, dump, and do that 4 times for your 4-gallon sprayer, or you can do a little math and say 0.183 times 4 equals 0.732, if I'm not mistaken, or roughly around that, and do 1 dump, 0.732 ounces. Make sure that your scale is on ounces, not liters or pounds or something else. Make sure it's on ounces. Your unit of measure is ounces. And we want to then, once we get our 0.183 times 4, because we're doing what? A 4-gallon tank with 4,000 square feet in one, unlike, and I'm not going to get into how sometimes I spray mine, I do 8,000 in one backpack. We double it and we go fast and do that. Being that it's wet and soppy, when I was coming out here, I'm thinking I'm just going to do one backpack sprayer, get it done and do it. But walking in my lawn, it's a little bit soft, and so I think trying to go fast and do this is a bad idea. So I'm going to do it the way that I'm telling you I'm doing it, which is 0.183 ounces times 4, dump in. Then at that point, once we do this, which we're going to do here in a second, then you want to have ready your drill with your paint stirrer. Why? Because the little pellets, you don't just want, they will dissolve, but you need to give them a little bit of help with it. So then we're going to use this to obviously to mix it in with the water, make our concoction, and then go spray 4,000 square feet worth of our lawn. So let's do that real fast. So we've got our scale, so let me move that over. Hopefully this will be in the shot. You can see my scale right here. We are going to turn this bad boy on. When we turn it on, it goes to 0. When I put my cup on, it goes to my cup weighs 0.42 ounces. So I'm going to hit tare, and now it goes to 0. I don't want to include the weight of my cup. So I know that 0.183 times 4, we looked it up, I think it's 0.732. So that's what we're going to do. 0.732, and we're going to do 2 backpacks full to cover my 8,000 square feet, because one backpack's only going to cover half my lawn if I do the coverage correctly in my pace. So that's what we're trying to do here. So we want to measure out. I'm making sure, yes, I am in ounces, so 0.732, and it doesn't have to be absolutely critically perfect in your measurement, but as I dump in, it's just now registering. So 0.7 is a long ways away, so we're going to go ahead and give it a little bit here to get it rolling. We're at 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.71, just a few more, 0.74. I'll trust that that is pretty dang close. So with that being said, now we're just going to take that off our scale. We're going to come over here to our backpack sprayer, and we're simply going to dump it in while we've got water 3/4 of the way in here already. I'm going to go ahead and stir it up and just dump this thing in while I'm spinning up the water, and it just blends it up into a nice lemonade looking concoction here. So get it all in there. We want to empty our cup here in a second. It does bubble up a little bit, so be aware of that, but we want to make sure we blend it up nice and well all the way from the bottom. So let's go ahead now, clean out our cup, get all of that back in here, right underneath our backpack sprayer. Very simple, right? There we go. That's in there, and it does stick, man. That Prodiamine, look at that. That Prodiamine is sticking to the bottom of that cup, so that's why you want to blend this thing up. Let's give it a little bit of force. There we go. All right, and remember, we have to do this another time. This is only covering half of our lawn, and I've got 8,000 square feet. If you got a 4,000 square foot home, this is all you need. If you've got 16, you got to do this 3 times. You get the drift. So now that we've got that blending, we also want to go ahead and fill our water to the top and get 4 gallons of water. And once you've blended it up, once you got it in here, you've done a good job. You've blended it for a while. You just set your drill to the side. It's already raining, so it's going to kind of water that off anyways. Let's cap it. And now we're ready to mount up our backpack. Hopefully we have no battery issues. And we're just gonna simply take our spray here and spread it among 4,000 square feet in our lawn. And that's basically it, guys. We just need to come out here and actually do the action. So if you're new to this, if this is the first time you're ever going to do a spray, then you do want to make sure you've got the scale to be able to measure your prodiamine. Very important to measure, not just take a guess. There's no way I can guess 0.732 or 0.183 for 1,000 square feet. There's no way I could guess that by eyeball. You got to have some way to measure. So get you a cheapo Ozeri or some type of scale off Amazon. Go ahead and order it. We got links in the description below for something cheap if you need that, down below in this video to make it easier for you and also help this channel. Thank you so much for anybody that does that. The Prodiamine, this Sunnyland, I've seen it really out of stock a lot at GCI as well as Yard Mastery. I will link Prodiamine wherever I can find it below, whether it's an affiliate of mine or not. I don't even know if you can buy this on Amazon right now, but this is a little 5-ounce bottle, and this will last forever. As I showed you, it does stick to the cup and it gets a little sticky and hairy, and you definitely want some force in mixing it up. So now that we've got our 4-gallon backpack sprayer, we just have to try to overlap, and we want to make sure we cover all of our grass for sure. And then remember, like if you have trees like me, or maybe you need to get right on the edge of your property line, you don't want the neighbor's weeds coming up and being blown over into your yard. Get on that property line, get on your property line, get in the nooks and crannies. Think about it before you put on that backpack and go. Where do I need to prevent weeds in my entire lawn? I want to spray some of this on top, and we're going to come back and do this again when we're at the 65, 64 degree soil temp mark. So if you mess up or screw something up, or you don't think it got watered in or whatever, we're going to have another opportunity to put another layer down to ensure we're preventing weeds for this year. So hopefully the application now, the actual application of Prodiamine, that now we're all on the same page. Most of you, I know some of you are dealing with snow up there, so we're praying that you guys can get out in the lawn and be able to do this soon. But I know it looks like on the 14-day forecast, spring is definitely coming our way. So God bless you guys. I hope this has been helpful for someone that maybe has never done it. Let me know in the comments below, and hopefully we have a weed-free lawn this spring. God bless.